Today, there are over 12,000 different jobs that you can pursue. So how the heck do you figure out which direction you should go for your career? One of the best ways that you can figure out your future is by looking into your past for core themes. I'll give you a couple quick examples from my own story. When I was in high school, I really wanted to go into personal training. I loved exercise and working out, and I had a passion for people, working with people individually, getting to know them and their story. And so naturally, being a personal trainer was perfect. It met both of those things that I wanted. But one day I realized that unfortunately, even though I would love the work, the amount of money that I would likely make would not match the lifestyle that I was hoping to build for my future family. So this was a dilemma. I didn't know what to do. And so as I started looking around, I thought, well, what else would have these same elements? And I came upon physical therapy. And I thought, well, physical therapy, they make quite a bit more money, but it has those same elements of exercise and working with people individually. And so I got really excited and started looking into that. But until I realized, to do that occupation, you have to have a lot of advanced education. And at that time, I could not even fathom finishing my bachelor's degree, let alone going further. And so I ended up bagging that option. I pursued psychology in college and really loved it, learning about people and how they work. And I thought, I still love working with people individually. And I'm also really passionate about relationships. And so I was dead set on becoming a marriage counselor. Except for one day I woke up, as much as I loved the classes I was taking, I realized I was 20 years old and single. So there was no way that anyone was going to take me seriously for marriage advice. I mean, could you imagine that? So I ended up switching and moved into human resources. I thought, I've had a hankering for business, I've had talents in that area, and that's the people side of business, so that would make sense. That led me to career counseling, which I absolutely have loved, working with people individually with their careers, a very important part of their life where they spend a lot of time. And as I look back over all those occupations, there's some similarities. The common underlying theme was working with people individually and teaching groups of people on issues that are important to their lives. Now, that was the unifying theme for all those careers I looked at in the past, but sometimes I think through, what about the future? None of us know what our career trajectory will lead to. But here's the thing, I don't know where I'll be in 10 years. In fact, there's occupations that could exist in a decade that don't exist today. So how the heck does somebody prepare themselves for that? If you know those core themes about yourself, then it doesn't really matter what is ahead, because you have, if you will, a compass to figure out which occupations or paths would match. So as you're looking for your future, one of the best things you can do is look into your past. Think of the majors you've pursued or occupations you've pursued or interests you've had, and try to think through what are the core unifying themes, the common denominators from the type of work I have been interested in. If you can boil it down to those common denominators, you can start to find a myriad of options that could totally match what you would be fulfilled in, both from your interests and values, as well as your lifestyle.